According to. According to.
According to the weather report, it should be a warm and sunny day.
How far is it to the next town?
According to the map, it's another 100 kilometers. Act up. Act up.
Michael was acting up in class, so the teacher sent him to the principal's office.
Why is your computer screen blank?
It does that sometimes. Ever since I got this computer virus, it's been acting up. Act like. Act like.
Whenever Lisa sees the boy from next door, she acts like a fool in love.
I don't want to go to the dentist's office.
You're acting like a child. I promise it will be painless. Add up. Add up.
If you add up these sales figures, you will see that we made a profit last year.
Please add up the numbers on the board.
It would be much easier if I had a calculator. Add up. Add up.
All the economic signs add up to the likelihood of a recession next year.
According to the eyewitness, the murderer had black hair.
But why are there blonde hairs all over the room? The clues just don't add up. Add up to. Add up to.
The firm's expenses added up to over $1 million last year.
The bills add up to $125 this month.
But I only have $100 left. Can you lend me the amount I'm short? All at once. All at once.
All at once the choir stood up and sang in unison.
What happened after the minister pronounced them husband and wife?
All at once the couple kissed, the crowd applauded, and the music started. All day long. All day long.
All day long, the crew set up the stage so it would be ready for the concert in the evening.
What are we having for dinner, Mom?
I work all day long, and you expect me to cook as soon as I get home? Let me rest a while. All in all. All in all.
The dinner was excellent, the speakers were funny, and the guests were happy. All in all, the fundraising event was a huge success.
How was the movie?
It was too long, boring, and the plot didn't make sense. All in all, it was a bad film. All of a sudden. All of a sudden.
Harry was driving down the highway when, all of a sudden, a deer jumped out in front of him.
Leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Why are you so angry all of a sudden? All right. All right.
Tom fell off his bicycle, but he was all right. Nothing was broken.
Are you all right, Lisa? You look like something's bothering you.
I'm fine. I'm just a little tired today. As a matter of fact. As a matter of fact.
The textile firm failed to make a profit this year. As a matter of fact, they lost money. You look great, Karen. Have you lost weight?
As a matter of fact, I have. I've lost 2 kilos in the last 2 weeks.
As for. You should have no problem passing the exam, John. As for you, Kate, you will need to study harder.
Is there enough time to catch our connecting flight?
Yes, but as for your luggage, it might arrive with the next plane.
As soon as. As soon as.
As soon as Norman and Laura finished eating, they washed the dishes.
Have you seen Michael? I urgently need to speak to him.
He should be here any minute. As soon as he arrives, I'll get him to call you. As usual. As usual.
As usual, there was another traffic jam downtown this morning.
Where are the children?
They're playing video games as usual. They always do that after school. Ask someone out. Ask someone out.
Bob has a new girlfriend. He asked her out on a date last night.
I like Brian. He's very smart and he has a nice personality.
I don't think he has a girlfriend. Why don't you ask him out to the movies?
At first. At first.
At first, Mary and Jane didn't like each other at all. But after they got to know each other, they became good friends.
Did you always want to be a doctor?
Not at first. When I was a child, I wanted to work with animals. At last. At last.
At last we succeeded.
Lisa, will you marry me?
At last! I've been waiting for you to ask for so long. At least. At least.
The hurricane caused millions of dollars of damage, but at least no one was hurt.
I'm sorry, John, but I can't lend you the $100 you asked for.
Okay, but at least lend me $20 until I get paid. At times. At times.
At times, the fisherman went days without catching a single fish.
Would you look at that spectacular sunset?
At times like these, I wish I owned a camera. Back and forth. Back and forth.
This plane flies back and forth between New York and Boston 4 times a day.
How did the psychologist hypnotize you?
He swung a timepiece back and forth in front of my eyes until I fell asleep. Back down. Back down.
I warned Kevin not to fight Joe, but he wouldn't back down. He fought him anyway.
Are you going to climb that mountain?
Yes, I am. I never back down from a challenge. Back off. Back off.
After the boy started crying, Tom and Gary backed off from teasing him because they felt bad.
Come on, Michael. Let's steal that car.
Hey, back off! I told you, I'm not a thief! Back out of. Back out of.
John was going to start a computer company with his brothers, but he backed out of the deal. He decided it wasn't worth the risk.
I don't think I want to go to Bermuda anymore.
Sorry, but you can't back out of it now. We already bought the plane tickets.
Back up. Back up.
If you don't believe my story, ask Mary. She can back up everything I said.
If my computer crashes, I'll lose all my files.
Then you'd better back your files up on a disk just in case. Be about to. Be about to.
The lion was about to attack the hunter, but the gunshot scared him away.
I think I'll go buy some popcorn.
You'd better hurry. The movie is about to start. Be better off. Be better off.
The relay team would be better off without Harry. He just slows them down.
I'm tired of walking everywhere. I'm thinking of buying a car.
You'd be better off with a bicycle in this city. Just look at all the traffic jams. Be bound to. Be bound to.
If you follow this road, you're bound to hit the river. It leads straight to it.
Where's Lisa? She was supposed to be here 2 hours ago.
I don't know, but she's bound to show up soon. We have her house keys. Become of. Become of.
What's become of us? We've polluted the air so much that we can hardly breathe anymore.
What's become of Kevin? He hasn't been himself these days.
I think he's been depressed ever since he lost his job. Be cut out for. Be cut out for.
Tom didn't have the courage or strength to become a firefighter. He just wasn't cut out for it.
I'd love to be a mother someday.
Taking care of children is not an easy job. Are you sure you're cut out for it? Be in charge of. Be in charge of.
After her promotion, Kate was in charge of the entire sales department. Everyone answered to her.
I need to speak to the person in command.
That would be General Hudson. He's in charge of this Legion Army group. Believe in. Believe in.
I believe in Richard's ability to get the job done. I can trust him to do anything.
Do you believe in miracles?
I think miracles are possible, but very rare. Be mixed up with. Be mixed up with.
During high school, Michael got mixed up with the wrong crowd and started using drugs. Is that you, Jack? I haven't seen you for ages.
I'm sorry, but I think you have me mixed up with someone else. My name is Sam.
Be named after. Be named after.
This boat was named after a famous warship in World War II.
Are you named after your father?
Yes, his name is also Harry. My parents call me Harry Jr. Be out of the question. Be out of the question.
Taking a vacation is out of the question. I just can't afford it on my salary.
If we fired half of the staff, we could increase our profit margin.
That's out of the question. I won't put those people out of a job. Be over. Be over.
After the concert was over, the crowd applauded and then left the building. Lisa, why are you crying?
I'm still not over my last boyfriend. We broke up 6 months ago, but I still think about him.
Be tired out. Be tired out.
After the soccer match, Kevin was really tired out. He had to sit down and rest.
Why are you home from work so early?
The boss said I was working too hard. I was getting tired out, so he sent me home. Be used to. Be used to.
While visiting America, Tom had to get used to driving on the right side of the road. In England, they drive on the left. You look tired, Kate. Didn't you get enough sleep?
I'm just not used to getting up so early. Normally I sleep in until 10 a.m.
Beg off. Beg off.
Stacy was supposed to go to dinner with friends, but she later begged off because she didn't want to go.
Are you still coming to the party?
Sorry, I have to beg off. I'm not feeling well. Blow over. Blow over.
After 2 hours of heavy rain, the storm blew over and the sun came out.
Do you think we'll get caught for pulling the fire alarm?
Don't worry. Soon, this will all blow over and they'll forget it ever happened. Blow up. Blow up.
John was out of breath from blowing up so many balloons.
While I put up the tent, you blow up the air mattresses.
Don't we have an air pump so I don't have to use my lungs? Blow up. Blow up.
The terrorists used dynamite to blow up the government office.
Did you see that? That building just fell down.
That's because the construction company blew it up to make room for a new building. Blow up. Blow up.
Mary lost her temper and blew up when I forgot her birthday.
Tom got so angry the other day. Does anyone know why?
He blew up because the boss told him he wasn't working hard enough. Bone up on. Bone up on.
If you're taking a trip to Paris, you'd better bone up on your French.
Why are you reading Einstein?
My new girlfriend's a scientist, so I'm boning up on my physics. Break down. Break down.
Jack won't be in town for another couple of hours. His car broke down on the highway.
This dishwasher is always breaking down. It never works properly.
You should buy a new one. You'd save money on repairs. Break down. Break down.
After a lot of questions, the man broke down and admitted to the police that he was the one who robbed the old lady.
How did Lisa react when you told her you wanted to break up?
She broke down and cried. Break in. Break in.
Kevin returned from his vacation to find that someone had broken into his house and stolen his stereo.
Why is your apartment door smashed to bits?
Someone broke in last night. Break in. Break in.
Once David broke in his new boots, he stopped getting blisters.
I can't catch the ball with this new baseball glove. It's too stiff.
You have to break it in to loosen it up. Break in. Break in.
Brian broke in his new employee by letting him do most of the job alone.
I can't ride this horse. He's too wild.
You have to break him in first. Then he'll let you put his saddle on him. Break out. Break out.
The James brothers tried to break out of prison, but no one has ever escaped from Alcatraz.
Is this plant poisonous?
Yes, don't touch it. A rash will break out all over your skin. Break up. Break up.
After the riot started, the police were called in to break up the crowd.
I heard that Michael and Dawn had a fist fight last night.
Yes, but luckily Paul was there to break it up before anyone really hurt themselves. Break up. Break up.
Kevin and Kate aren't going out anymore. They had a fight and broke up.
Did you hear that Charles and Diana broke up?
Oh my, they were such a handsome couple. What a shame. Bring back. Bring back.
After Laura finished watching the movies, she brought the tapes back to the video store.
I'm coming to your house for dinner tonight.
Okay, but would you bring back my garden hose? You've had it for months now. Bring out. Bring out.
After the lions left the arena, the circus performer brought out a juggling chimpanzee.
Bring out the photos from your holidays.
They're in the cabinet. Just let me get them. Bring over. Bring over.
After the Johnsons asked 4 times, the waiter finally brought the menus over to their table.
What time should we come to your place for the party tonight?
7 o'clock. And could you bring over some snacks? My fridge is empty. Bring someone to. Bring someone to.
After Jack fainted, the doctor brought him to with some smelling salts.
General, Private Ryan has lost consciousness.
Bring him to. We need every able man on that battlefield. Bring up. Bring up.
Tom brought up the subject of religion, but no one wanted to talk about it.
Did you talk to Jane about opening a new branch for our clothing stores?
I didn't get a chance to bring it up. I'll mention it to her at the next meeting. Bring up. Bring up.
Paul's parents died when he was very young. He was brought up by his grandparents. It's a pleasure to be around you, Lisa. You always say please and thank you.
My parents brought me up to be very polite.
Brush up on. Brush up on.
Brian brushed up on his Russian before he traveled to Moscow.
I'm attending a 2-day conference in Malta.
Sorry, I need to brush up on my geography. Can you tell me where that is? Build up. Build up.
After Sam built up a tolerance to his pain medication, it didn't work anymore.
I'm too scared to parachute out of a plane.
You have to build up the courage. It's a lot of fun once you get over the fear. Burn down. Burn down.
Andrew's house burned down before the firefighters had a chance to save it.
What happened to the beautiful tree that used to shade your backyard?
It burnt down after lightning struck it. Burn up. Burn up.
Andrew's collection of old newspapers burned up when his house burned down.
These documents prove that they broke the law.
It's a good thing they didn't get burned up with the rest of the evidence. Burn up. Burn up.
Bob was really burned up after his car was stolen. He was so angry that his face turned red.
I won't be able to help you move tomorrow.
You really burn me up. Don't you ever keep a promise?
Oof.
Butt in. Butt in.
The 2 boys rudely butted in line for the movie, which angered the people behind them. Sorry to butt in, but I need to ask you a question.
You're always interrupting, Fred. Wait until I'm finished speaking.
Butter up. Butter up.
In order to get an extension on their term papers, the class buttered up the teacher with praise.
You'd better butter up the boss if you want that promotion.
I already have been. I've been saying nice things to him all week. Buy out. Buy out.
Paul bought out Tom's share of the company, making him the sole owner of Digitus Incorporated.
Are we still meeting with that wealthy investor this afternoon?
Yes, I think he's going to offer to buy us out. Buy up. Buy up.
The people bought up all the emergency supplies in town to prepare for the storm.
The museum just released a series of rare paintings.
I know. I'm planning to buy up the entire collection. By accident. By accident.
Tom wasn't looking for his birthday present. He found it by accident while cleaning up.
What happened to the Stockwell file?
I hit the delete button by accident, and now it's gone. By heart. By heart.
Julie grew up in this town. She knows every street by heart.
You have so many math formulas to memorize.
I know. If I don't learn them by heart, I'll fail the exam. By the way. By the way.
The event tonight is formal, so wear a black tie. And by the way, it starts in a half hour, so you'd better hurry and get dressed.
Can you clean the house when you come home from work?
I won't have time. By the way, whatever happened to that maid you hired?